Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable of Coordinator of Office Administration Education Study Program, Roni Fasla SPDMM. The Honorable the Supervisor, Professor Dr. Kori Yohana MM, and Roni Fasla SPDMM. My name is Ishar Fahriati from Office Administration Education Study Program 2020. On these occasions, I will present my thesis proposal with the title The Influence of Field Work Practice, Work Motivation, and Soft Skill Mastery on the Work Readiness of Class 12 students at SMK Negeri 6 Jakarta. The following are the main points of discussion that will be discussed about introduction, literary review, and research methods. Introduction. Entering the first discussion is about background research. Indonesia is currently facing significant challenges in the trade and employment sector in the era of globalization. As a result, the country is experiencing substantial economic and social unrest, with intense competition in the labor and business sectors, as well as high competition standards leading to many people being predicted to lose their jobs. This is evidenced by data from the Central Statistic Agency on the open unemployment rate for the years 2022 to 2024, which indicates that the number of vocational high school graduates decreased from 10.38% in 2022 to 9.60% in 2023, with a project slight decline to 8.62% in 2024. The high employment rate is caused by several factors. First, the education system still produces graduates with intermediate skills that do not match industry needs. Second, the increasing labor force has made job competition even tighter, with vocational high school graduates having to compete not only with fellow vocational high school graduates but also with other graduates. According to data from the alumni tracking of SMK Negeri 6 Jakarta, 110 students are employed, 175 students continue their education to higher education, 19 students become entrepreneurs, and 17 students are employed. Although vocational school prepares students for the workforce, many SMK graduates choose to pursue higher education, indicating a lack of confidence and readiness to enter the workforce. This low level of job readiness is also due to the limited number of SMK graduates who immediately enter the job market. This is supported by pre-research data which show that the majority feel unprepared to work after graduation, with 36.7% or 11 students falling into the not ready for work category. The high percentage of students who are not ready to enter the workforce is due to a lack of knowledge and experience, making them unable to understand the industry they will enter, leaving them unprepared. Based on pre-research data, factors that can influence job readiness include motivation with a percentage of 96.7%. Motivated students tend to be more proactive in learning new skills and seeking opportunities to enhance their knowledge. Soft skills account for 93.3%, and a person's job readiness level increase along with their level of soft skills, and vice versa. Field work practice with 90% is the third large factor influencing job readiness, as students with more internship experience are usually more prepared to enter the workforce. Research question. Based on the background that has been explained, there are research questions on four variables. Namely, the first, is there an influence of field work practice on job readiness? Second, is there an influence of work motivation on job readiness? Third, is there an influence of soft skill mastery on job readiness? And is there an influence of field work practice, work motivation, and soft skill mastery on job readiness? Next, research purpose. The objective of the research, based on the background and problem formulation outline, are as follows: to determine the direct influence of fieldwork practice on job readiness, to determine the direct influence of work motivation on job readiness, to determine the direct influence of soft skill mastery on job readiness, and to determine the simultaneous direct influence of field work practice, work motivation, and soft skill mastery on job readiness. Next, research benefits. The benefits of this research are as follows: theoretical benefits, enhance understanding of job readiness and serve as a reference for future researchers who wish to study similar topics. Practical benefits, as a consideration in efforts to improve the quality standards of education by optimizing students' potential through field work experience, providing work motivation, and as an evolution to prepare future workers who have mastered student soft skills. The next subject of discussion is literature review. The first topic is supporting theories. The theories used in this research are career development theory. The theory proposed by Donald emphasizes the importance of self-concept in career choice, where an individual needs to align personal qualities with job demands. In the context of fieldwork practice, students apply their self-concept by adapting to real-world environments and applying to knowledge they have learned while deepening their understanding of professional rules and behaviors. Second, needs theory. The theory proposed by David McLean emphasized that individual motivation in the work environment is influenced by their primary needs, achievements, power, and evolution. People with a high need for power tend to be oriented towards influence and control, whether for personal gain or to drive a group towards common goals. This need help explain individual motivation and is driven by life experience and personal ethos. Next, competence theory. The theory proposed by Spencer includes a combination of individual characters such as knowledge, skill, traits, and motivation, which directly impact the effectiveness of a person's performance in a role. In this theory, soft skills such as communication, leadership, and conflict management, which are part of behavioral competence, play a key role in how a person interacts and acts in the workplace. Uh, these soft skills help individuals overcome various complex social and interpersonal situations, which ultimately support the success and effectiveness of their performance. And last, connectionist theory, the theory proposed by Edward, can be applied in the context of student job readiness by emphasizing the importance of learning through trial and error, repetition, and reinforcement. In job readiness, students need to develop skills relevant to the workplace, and connectivism theory suggests that these skills can be formed through practical experience involving stimuli and response. This connectionism provides a foundation for a practice-based approach in vocational education and skills training to prepare students for entering the workforce. Next, theoretical basis. The next subject of discussion related to the theoretical basis of each variable. The first variable is fieldwork practice. Fieldwork practice integrates theory and real-world experience to enhance students' technical skills and align vocational education with the demands of the workforce. Indicators from fieldwork practice, according to Hamalik in Maulanada and Sailila, practical experience include productive work, work-connected activities, learning basic competence, become familiar with basic work process and tools, building work habits and skills, developing social responsibility, and valuing work and workers. The second variable is work motivation. Work motivation is a factor that drives individuals to maximize their performance in order to achieve goals, both personal and organizational. Indicators from work motivation, according to Hamzah, Injuf, Rizan, Kusumayadi, and Yulianti, factors include desires and wants, drive and needs, hopes and aspirations, rewards and recognition, and engaging environments and activities. The next variable is soft skill. Soft skills are non-technical abilities that support productivity, collaboration, and the development of hard skill, and they also influence personal and professional relationships. Indicator from soft skill according to Molan in Roshid, Panji, and Pratama. These include self-awareness, self-management, empathy, and social skills. And the last variable in job rightness. Job rightness is an individual's capacity that includes knowledge, physical and mental maturity, experience, as well as the attitudes and skill necessary to perform tasks efficiently and meet job demands with optimal result. Indicator from job brightness according to Wahyudi in Salma, Firawati, and Sultani. This include level of maturity, previous experience, mental and emotional condition, and both cognitive and emotional intelligence. Next, previous research. In addition, this research relevant by previous research use is the study with research conducted by Siregar et al. Hard skills are related to student job readiness, while soft skills do not have a relationship with job readiness. Next, research conducted by Fatima. There is no significant influence of industrial work practice on job readiness, while there is significant influence of motivation to enter the workforce on job readiness. And the last research conducted by Pratiwi et al. Job readiness is significantly influenced by industrial work practice, with a notable effect of career guidance on study readiness. However, there is no significant relationship between motivation to enter the workforce and students' job readiness. Next, hypothesis. Based on the theoretical framework, the following as hypothesis of the study is field work practice have an influence on job readiness. The second is that work motivation has an influence on work readiness. The three, soft skill influence job readiness. And the last, field work practice, work motivation, and soft skill collectively have an influence on job readiness. Next, data collection. This research uses quantitative research method and questionnaires as data collection tools. The population is the study where all class 12 students at SMKN 6 Jakarta, totaling 248 students. The number of sample in the study was 153. Next, data analysis. The first analysis is an instrument test consisting of a validity test and a reliability test. According to Wibowo, validity is a measurement scale used to assess whether something measured in a research really corresponds to what it should measure. Meanwhile, according to ASIDA, a reliability test is an instrument that is used repeatedly to measure the same object and produce consistent data. The second analysis is the analysis pre-request test consisting of normality and linearity. The purpose of normality testing is to determine whether the data distribution follow or process a normal distribution. Meanwhile, linearity aims to determine the relationship between an independent variable and one dependent variable. The classical assumption test consists of multicollinearity and heteroscedasticity. According to Sari, the multicollinearity test is carved out to check whether there is a correlation between the independent variables. The heteroscedasticity test is used to evaluate whether there are differences between the regression equation and the variance and residual from one observation to another. The multiple linear regression test is used to find out how much influence the independent variable has on the dependent variable. And for the hypothesis test, use simulation tests, partial test, coefficient of determination test. Hypothesis testing is a statistical technique used to examine the validity of hypothesis formula in research. So, that's all for my presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.